What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Hazoret Beatsticks. Hope you're ready to get your burn on. I am. Playing against Samut. Yeah, awesome, man. Hey, I hadn't played against her. Pretty fun. As far as our opening hand goes, we do have Flame Javelin, Firestorm. That's going to be a way for us to kind of chunk our hand out. Do we want a mulligan on this one? We're on the play, so we're looking at the land drop for the turn. And then we just have Flame Javelin. Yeah, I guess we're going to keep on that one. We do have an answer to Samut if they do rampant. Yeah, we're going to keep. I do have an answer. Not the best opening hand. I'd like to have a little bit more, but with us being mono red, we don't really have a whole lot of mana facing outside of artifacts, so we're going to keep on this one. Let's go and get the Cathedral down, and then let's go ahead and pass the turn. Sorry about that. I have a cold, so if I have a little bit of a coughing attack, I have to mute the mic real quick. So, and I'll kind of cover what we got going on commander-wise here in just a second. Let's go ahead and get the, I guess we'll go ahead and get the mountain down. We've got tons of mountain, and we can save this for a spot where if we want to swing in with Hazoret, we can go for that. Okay, we're playing Hazoret the Beatsticks. Indestructible haste. Hazoret can't attack or block unless you have one or fewer cards in your hand. Then, for 3 mana, discard a card. Hazoret deals 2 damage to each opponent. Playing against Samut, she has Flash, Double Strike, Vigilance, and Haste. Other creatures you control have Haste. Then, for 1 white mana, untap another target creature. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get the let's get the mountain down. Anything else? No, we're going to go ahead and pass turn. Okay, so next turn we're looking at, we can go for Hazoret. We'll be able to get Hazoret down. We do have Firestorm, which is going to allow us to discard a bunch of cards and kind of maybe clean up any sort of mana dorks that get out there. Or we can just simply just chunk a bunch of cards and send it all over at Samut, and then still have the Flame Javelin to kind of follow up with. So, Firestorm is one of those. Okay. Oh, dang it! I think we passed through our turn. Oh, that's a bummer. Hit the little F6 button a little too hot. Oh, that's a bummer, but we'll rally from there. Our opponent got an extra land drop. Yeah, F6 is set up to where whenever you yield, it auto yields, and if you time it to where they hit F6, then yeah, that happens sometimes. Let's go and get the mountain down. Let's go for Young Pyromancer. We're going to be able to get our tokens up and running, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, that happens. It's a happy little commander's mistake. Let's go and fire the Faithless Looting off. That's going to net us one nice little red elemental token. We're going to draw 2, discard 2. And we draw into... Yeah, I don't think we want this right now. Let's go and put that into the graveyard, and then let's go ahead and... Let's go and chunk the second mountain into the graveyard. Okay. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass turn. Now we get into spots where if they do flash in Samut, they do have enough mana to flash it in. We can go Firestorm, taking care of Samut, and then we can also get into spots where we can kind of take care of any little mana dorks that get out there. But yeah, as far as the build of Hazoret goes, it's definitely burn deck. We also have some kind of prison-style elements in the deck, and that we're running the Ankh of Mishra to wherever they cast whenever they put a land onto the battlefield, it's going to be 2 damage being dealt up top. We also have Harsh Mentor. Sweet mountain dude. That always makes me laugh whenever somebody has the same matching basic. It's kind of like if somebody's wearing the same shoes, you're like, hey, like your shoes, man. And it takes them a second to kind of pick it up. You're like, yeah. Okay, so we're looking at getting the mountain down. Actually, yeah, I kind of want to get the dragon going. The beam of your instep, discard your hand. Let's go and get the mountain down. We can go for Hazoret. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have 5 mana. Yeah, let's go ahead and go Hazoret. We're not going to be able to swing in yet, but if we go for the dragon, we're going to lose out on the Firestorm and the Flame Javelin, and then next turn I'd like to go for the dragon, and we can get in the spots where we can kind of chunk everything for Firestorm. So yeah, let's go ahead and go Hazoret on this one. So we're looking at 1, 2, and we'll leave up 1 red mana for the Firestorm if we need to chunk a few more cards in the graveyard. Anything else? Let's go ahead and swing in with the Elemental. We could swing with Young Pyromancer, but we get into a spot where, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they don't have enough mana to flash and submit, so we're okay on this one. Okay, so we're going to get the 2/2 body swinging across. Probably going to see a chump block with the Tribe Elder and then an activation to grab a land. And they are only sitting at 3 cards in the hand with Stranglehold up, so it's kind of one of those... we might be able to kind of squeeze this game out, especially after we accidentally kind of pass through the turn. Next turn, we're looking at going for Firestorm. We can chunk everything out of the graveyard, but we can actually get into spots where we just get the dragon down and then go for Firestorm, which is going to turn on Hazoret swinging in for 5. So definitely go for that. I think I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to remember what else cards I have in here that are kind of like Firestorm. We're running I think Nahiri's Wrath. It's a 3 mana, discard X cards. It deals X damage to target creature, where it's the total converted mana cost. That's another way you can kind of dump your entire hand and get into the spots where you're in this draw-go phase with Hazoret. kind of going beat sticks. But yeah, I think the only interesting thing about Hazoret is that you're playing this style of deck that is just trying to get rid of cards out of your hand as quickly as possible. So it's kind of fun. It's a different way to approach Commander for sure. Okay, let's see if Samut's going to swing in. They do have double strike. We may end up going for the for Samut. So we're going to have to deal 4 coming across. We're looking at chunking 4 cards out of the graveyard. Or if we just hold on, we can do that next turn after we draw. Are we okay with 6 coming right now? Yeah, it's going to be 6 commander. I think we're okay with it. Yeah. We also get into spots where we can put down these Smoldering Spires and make Hazoret unblockable and swing in if we discard our hand too. So we'll see what we got. Spirit of the Labyrinth. Each player can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Okay, fair enough. And then we can actually go for the Firestorm, discarding, looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll lose out on the Dragon, but we're going to have an active Hazoret. Yeah, I think I like that. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Swords to Plowshare. Okay, let's go Firestorm. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to get an extra Pyromancer trigger. It's going to take care of Samut and the Spirit of the Labyrinth. We're going to lose out on the Dragon, but I'm okay with this at this point. So let's go and pay red, get that elemental trigger, discard 4 cards. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Click the Dragon, click the Flame Javelin. Okay. It's going to be 4 split across those creatures. 4 up top is going to put them down to 24. We're going to get an extra elemental creature. And then we're looking at swinging in for 6 next turn. We do have Cathedral of War, if that's what we want to go for. Or we do have a activation on Hazoret if we want to go for that. Let's go and swing in, coming in hot for 6. It's going to put them down to 18. And then we could Faithless Loot. No, we'll save it for a Hazoret activation, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, we'll go and save it for that. Okay, put us down to 18. We've dealt 5 total commander damage. They have 2 cards in the hand with Samut off to the side. They can recast it. Samut's going to cost 7, so we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're going to have 8 mana. So if they want to tap out for Samut, they can. But luckily, with Hazoret having Indestructible, we can kind of get around that Double Strike, Vigilance, and Haste. Good thing it does not have Lifelink. That would be a bummer. Okay. Samut's swinging in hot. She's mad. She's mad to meet Hazoret in the alleyway. There's a tapping for him. Relic of Progenitus. Fair enough. Okay. And let's go and go for the Hazoret activation too. Exile a card from his or her graveyard. We'll just go and exile the mountain at this point. And then let's go ahead and go for the Hazoret activation. Discard a card. 2 damage up top. Okay. Drops him down to 16. And see what we draw for the turn. They're going to be able to swing in for 6. It's going to put us down to 20. It's going to be 12 total commander damage. And then we get into spots where we can actually just leave up the elemental token next turn, and we'll still have the Cathedral of War Exalted trigger whenever we swing in. Okay, draw into the Sanitarium. Let's go ahead and... So we have Faithless Looting, Flashback, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, or we have 2 swing in with Hazoret. Let's go and swing in right now, and then we can go for the activation. And we'll leave the elemental up to block on the Samut. Okay, swinging in for 6, it's going to put him down to 10, it's going to be 11 total commander damage. Anything else? Yeah, we're going to go and leave this activation up. Okay, cool with that. But yeah, so there's just sometimes when you're playing Hazoret, it's a really unique commander in that, we're going burn, but there's sometimes where you have a really heavy prison-style element to where they're taking a lot of damage off of their... the stuff we get on the battlefield, kind of like the Ankh of Mishra and the Harsh Mentor. And then we're also running the enchantment that whenever they tap a non-basic land, they're going to be dealt 1 damage. So you can kind of get into the spots where you can really kind of tighten the grip on the game. Or you can just kind of go Hazoret beat stick activations. We're getting in a spot now where we can throw 2 up top, puts them down to 8. And then if we draw a burn spell, we have a few burn spells that we can tap out for. Ooh, got the Collar. Ooh, that's going to be an issue. All right, so they're going to gain life off that. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Okay, so that's going to be 6. They're going to go back to 16. And it's kind of going to negate the Hazoret triggers that we're going to have. So hopefully we can kind of draw into a burn spell. Let's go ahead and at this point we'll go and block on the elemental. That's going to put them at 18. Yeah, they'll put them at 18 commander damage. So we're going to be dead on the back end on this one. Okay, drops us down to we go to 20. They go to 13 with the lifelink. And then let's go and go for the Hazoret activation. We're going to pay 3. Discard the Sanitarium. 2 damage, puts them back down to 11. We do have Blood Mist. That would give our creature double strike, but oh, okay, we just drawn to another mountain. Let's go ahead and swing in again. Send it in. It's going to put them at 18 commander damage the following turn for us. And then they're also going to get in a spot to where They're going to gain that lifelink. But we might be able to kind of close it out with commander damage. Okay, so we're looking at 17. It puts them down to 5. We have the activation from Hazoret. That's going to put them down to 3. So it kind of puts them in a spot where they have to have a creature for Hazoret. If we can somehow deal with the creature they get on the bat, well, they're going to be able to block with Samut. So they're going to have to block because it has Vigilance. I forgot about that. So Samut's going to have Vigilance. They're going to be able to gain that lifelink, but it puts them in a spot to where we're going to be able to close it out with commander damage. So hopefully we can kind of go from there. Okay, get the tree speaker down. That's going to be another body. It's going to put them at 18 commander damage for us, and then we'll steal with 2 cards in the hand. See what they go for. But yeah, I love Samut. She is a awesome commander. I wasn't really sure about her when they first spoiled her, because I mean, it just seemed like such a weird commander to build around. But having built her, I mean, she's just at least a really fun deck. It kind of allows you to really go kind of like a mid-rangey control style deck with Samut, or if you just want to go beat sticks. She reminds me a lot of Gitrog. You know, there are certain ways you can go with Gitrog where it's just 100% lands, but like I have a Gitrog Enchantress deck that works really well because Gitrog just gets the card draw up and running. Like, as a card draw, ooh, Zealous Conscripts, nice, man. Okay, let's go ahead and activate Hazoret. Okay, so, but we'll still see. They're only going to gain control temporarily. And they're going to see 1 up top. So we're going to go for, see what they choose with these Zealous Conscripts. We're going to go for the activation before they do. And then it looks like they're, well, they will have enough mana to discard a card off Hazoret. And then Hazoret will not tap. So we're going to do that. See what they're choosing with the Zealous Conscript trigger. But nice, man. Let's kind of re-rack. So we're looking at 6, puts us down to 14. We've got 5. They do have 1 card in hand, so that's going to be, they're going to be online for Hazoret. Let's discard a card in response. Get them down to 3. And then it turns on, basically, if we draw into a burn spell next turn, it kind of puts us in a spot where we might be able to close it out. So let's re-rack. So we're looking at 4 coming across. It's going to be 10, 15. It's going to put us down to 5. So we're going to be able to survive this one. Actually, now that I think about it, with the lifelink ability, we're not going to be able to close it out with a burn spell, more than likely. But if we have something like, we're not going to have enough mana for Blasphemous Act. We'll see. It's looking slim pickings, but Zealous Conscript's putting in some work, man. All right, they go to 6. We're going to get Hazoret back at the beginning of the turn. See what we draw into. If not, we're going to have to leave up. Oh, we draw into another mountain. That's a bummer. Okay, so we're going to have to hold off. We're at 9. They swing in with these Zealous Conscripts. Swing with Samut. We double block on Hazoret. We have the Hazoret activation to put him down to 2. Yeah, we're going to go and hold off on this one. We could swing in, but that just leaves us dead on the back end because we're looking at double strike from Samut for 6 and then Zealous Conscript swinging in for 3. So at least at this point, we can kind of keep them from swinging in with Samut if they want to. Since Hazoret does have Indestructible, we'll be able to get around that Death Touch and life. They're still going to gain that life if they want to swing in, but I think at this point, Samut, 7, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they'll have enough to with the Tree Speaker to tap and to get Samut down. Especially if they want to activate it. They haven't leveled up the Tree Speaker yet, so they can go for that if they want to. But yeah, this has been a nice little game of Magic. I'll take that. Okay, so we got the Tree Speaker getting leveled up. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. But yeah, it's Hazoret. I've definitely enjoyed it. I'm not a huge burn player. I haven't played a lot of burn over my time in Magic, so when you finally get around to building a burn deck or something that's kind of cutthroat like this, it's definitely a lot of fun. Okay, they are not swinging in. Let's go and go for a Hazoret activation. Discard a card. Now we're kind of getting in spots where we might be able to kind of close it out with a burn spell, depending on what we have. That's going to be 2, puts them down to 7. We'll kind of see where we can go from here. Hazoret, she is making her last, I'm pretty sure she's a she. Yeah, she's making her last little stand. Braid of Fire. Okay, at this point, we're just going to save it for a Hazoret activation. I mean, we have an active Hazoret at this point. We're still chunking cards, and then hopefully we can close it out. We'll see. Anything else? We do have Chandra's Ignition. I think that would be something that we can draw into. We have 5 mana. Actually, let me double check that. Because Samut's at 4, Zealous Conscript's at 3. I'm looking this up right now. It's on my phone. Excuse me. Yeah, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and each opponent. Ooh, sorry, cat's in my lap. Okay, so if we draw into Chandra's Ignition, that would be one way for us to close it out, because that's going to be, we choose Hazoret, that's going to be 5 damage to all the creatures, 5 damage up top, and then we still have the activation of Braid of Fire. Okay, let's see if they're going to swing in. Alright, we got Samut swinging in, and Zealous Conscript. See if the Tree Speaker is going to come in too. But I think at this point, yeah, okay, they're swinging in the whole crew. Let's go ahead and block on Samut. They're going to be able to recast her, but at this point we're going to have to, basically because of the double strike. Okay, Indestructible is going to be able to get around the Death Touch. They're looking at getting in for 4. That's going to put us down to 5. And then we still have an activation. Untap another target creature. Sure, fair enough. Take care of Samut. They're going to gain that life. Put this out of burn spell range now. And then we're still going to go for the activation on Hazoret. And then we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're going to have just enough mana with the Tree Speaker to recast Samut if they want to. But we're still going to go and chunk the Braid of Fire at this point. Okay, discard a card. Adios, Braid of Fire. I keep wanting to call it Braids of Fire. I don't know why. A Furnace of Wrath. Okay. So they flash in Samut. That's going to still be 4 with Zealous Conscripts. And then double. No, if a source would deal damage to a creature or player, it deals double. Okay, so that would turn on Zealous Conscript and Tree Speaker to kind of close it out, especially if they flash in Samut. So we're not going to go for that. We could get into spots where we could hold on to it, but I think at this point we're just going to go for the Hazoret activations. Yeah, if we get down Furnace, we do have enough mana for it, but at this point that would just turn Double Strike on for, well, not Double Strike, but it would turn Zealous Conscript into 6, then we're looking at 2 from the Tree Speaker, and then we'd chump block on Samut, but with the Zealous Conscript would take care of it. So we're on the burn plan, but it's been a nice little match so far. I've enjoyed it. I like posting videos that are a nice match of Magic. So our Samut player is digging deep. The collar was a nice, not draw, but a nice, at this point in the game, it was nice to get into that. So let's see what we can go for. We're looking at 2 off the Furnace of Wrath, discarding with Hazoret. But, yeah, it's looking a little tight on this one. They'll put us down to 1. Hopefully we can survive. But yeah, it's Hazoret. I've definitely enjoyed it. I'm trying to think what else burn spells we have in here. As far as maybe potentially getting out of this one, we do have Bestial Fury. It's a red enchantment. Whenever a creature becomes blocked, it gets +4 and gains trample. I don't know if we're going to have enough to go for that. We're looking at 9 coming across. We might be able to go for, well, if they're getting the collar on there, then it's going to be hard for us to go for that. But yeah, Lifelink, man, that just kind of shuts the deck down on this one. Okay, got the whole crew swinging in. I'm going to block on Samut again. It's going to keep Samut off the battlefield. So if we actually draw into some sort of sweep or burn spell, we might be able to kind of close this one out, because that's going to be, they can still go for the untap ability with Samut. Hazoret's going to block, got her little stick thing, untap the Tree Speaker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to put them 2 away from Samut. And they do have 4 cards in hand, but it puts us down to exactly 1. So we're actually kind of just drawing. We need to we hit a land, we're just basically dead. We might swing in and see what kind of shenanigans we can get into, but hopefully we can maybe, if we draw into like some sort of sweeper, then we'll be able to kind of close this one out. Okay, getting down the Gruul Signet. But yeah, we're way out of commander damage on this one. I mean, we're way out of lethal off burn damage. I guess, does that put us in a spot to where do we want to get down the Furnace of Wrath the following turn? That's going to make us tapping out. No. Yeah, let's go ahead and chunk it, just because we're going to have to tap out for it, and we're just dead on the back end if we draw into anything else. So let's go and chunk a card with Hazoret. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3. 2 damage, puts him down to 15. See what we draw into. Draw into the Fury. Okay, let's get the Fury down. That's about all we can do on this one. So we're looking at 1, 2, let's talking it up, man. Okay, so whenever it enters the battlefield, it gets +4 and gains trample. Even if they do block, well, actually, we get into spots where we might kind of close it out with commander damage, now that I think about it, because if they do block, yeah, that was actually a beautiful draw, now that I think about it. I forgot about the trample damage. All right, so let's go and swing in. We're going to have the Cathedral of War trigger coming in, too. Oh, beautiful. Depending on, yeah, we're looking at a 1/2 or 0/1 body, and that should be enough for commander damage. Nice, yeah, man, good game, buddy. I'll take that. Okay, opponent scoops it up. Talk about a top deck. That was our only out, and I talked it up. So definitely, we stole that one. So hey, good game to our opponent. That was getting pretty tight. So as far as closing that one out. So all right, everybody, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bestial Fury, man. Look at that. Putting in some work. All right, bye.